Saskia and Jazz for Pretty Much Geeks. We are really excited because we are interviewing Gina Hara, the director of Geek Girls. I saw it last week. Jazz unfortunately couldn't make it.
No.
But you're definitely going to watch it.
Yes.
Because it's awesome.
Everything I've heard about it sounds really, really cool.
And we thought we'd play Carcassonne because, Gina, you like board games, right?
I love tabletop games, yeah.
And so do we. I have a very large collection at home, so it was hard to only bring a few.
I'll tell you a strategy. When I play Carcassonne,
About colours.
I pick green.
Okay.
Because I always go for the field. And when you have like the green guy lying in the field, the others kind of just like don't really pick up on that. So you can have like sneakily have like 3-4 guys lying in the field, and then you get like 40 points in the end of the game. So that's for free.
Real strategy. I thought you were joking. Oh my
So I
goodness.
am picking green.
Like a big thing when I watched Geek Girls, I was like, this looks like a huge project. How do you go from thinking, hey, it would be great to make a documentary about this, to actually making it a reality? Like, what was the process?
Yeah.
A brief overview of the process.
That moment actually happened. I was lying on my couch.
Yeah.
And I was watching a really cool documentary, Wim Wenders, Tokyo Ga. And I was like, I like how meta that is, and I wonder if I could make a documentary with geek people where I am investigating the geek world from like women's perspective. So like that was kind of like the idea on my couch. And then 4 years later, fast forward 4 easy years, the movie came out last year, 2017, in June. And it's been pretty impressive, and I mean the feedback and the reception for the movie. Because like, you know, I'm in New Zealand now a year later, and it's just like that's amazing that I went around the world with the film, and so many people have seen it, and I've had like the coolest conversation with the audiences and fans, and yeah, very grateful.
Let's start the game a bit.
Okay.
So
we need a yellow meatball over there.
yeah, sorry.
Here again.
Hey, my girl.
Yeah.
So how did you enter the world of geek culture? Like, where did you start out?
So, I mean, as long as I remember, I was always involved with like Lego and those like model train sets, and I loved reading comics when I was a kid. It was still okay, and I read like whatever was on the newsstand, you know, like I remember X-Men and the Avengers and stuff like that. And then somehow like in high school I kind of just stopped doing it. It was not conscious, but it was just like nobody else was doing it, especially girls. The boys were like playing video games, but none of my girlfriends were playing video games, and it was like, so I guess I'm not supposed to do that. And my parents also thought it's a waste of time, and I think that I didn't even know that you could be a game designer, or, you know, like a game making could be a career, which is so sad. And then after I moved to Canada, I kind of rediscovered game culture. I went to film school, and I was like, oh, this is too, I don't know, this is like not geeky enough for me. I ended up working at a games research center. At a university, and I suddenly was surrounded with all these like super smart, nerdy people, and like they were all doing the things. I'm like, wait, like I used to read those comics. Someone's writing their PhD about like comics, and someone else is doing like major research on like tabletop games, and then suddenly just like dived in deep, and I felt like I really like got a part of myself back. Like a big part of myself back. That's like the reason I think like keep making movies and web series and stuff about geeky stuff.
You were saying just before about your web series. That sounds really interesting. Can you tell us a bit about that?
Oh yeah,
it sounds very geeky.
Yeah. So I made a YouTube web series about Minecraft, and I just thought like whatever is happening on that Minecraft server is like super interesting and bizarre and must be documented. And so as a filmmaker, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna make a machinima documentary about this. And originally it was gonna be like a feature-length thing, but I thought this is so much more suitable for the web, so I put it on YouTube, and it was like a really enjoyable process actually. It's called Your Place or Minecraft, and it's on YouTube, so go watch it, Your Place or Minecraft. And it's about all these quirky, dorky academics playing Minecraft together and just like being sometimes very upset with each other. And bombing each other's houses and singing and dancing and stealing and usual Minecraft stuff. It also touches on things like colonialism and slavery, and so it's just like
Just getting that in there,
yeah. So kind of like hoping that the content appeals to everyone, from 5-year-olds to 95-year-olds.
Okay. This is not a great piece.
Something that I really thought was like perfect about your documentary was the people you interviewed, and I'm sure there was a lot of people that you didn't get the chance to interview for various reasons, but how did you come across and end up with the ones you did? Because they were like a perfect variety and like diversity of different kinds of geek girls. I was
Thank
amazing.
you. I really tried to just like have everyone feel included. What's happening? Okay, you're building a road. You should have put your purse on the road. Yeah, thank you for saying that. We did a good job. I tried to reach out to people in STEM, so there's Anita Sengupta in there from NASA. With Pro Gamer, Stephanie Harvey or Miss Harvey is in there. We have cosplayers, bloggers. We have a comic artist, Kim Hong, from Montreal. Rachel Samuel she's a game historian. And she has this incredible collection of girly games and Barbie stuff.
Wow.
And I thought like having her point of view in the film was also interesting because it talks about kind of like the biases we approach the history of games or the history of geek culture. And she talks about how when we have nostalgia, the nostalgia is around like boy games and the value of like Barbie video games is dismissed because like if a game many Barbie games are about shopping but then many like video games are about murder. So like why is shopping worse than murder? I'm super happy that she was in the film because she like really smartly points out these everyday biases that we have. We try to represent as many women as possible. Oh yeah, we also have a Lolita girl in there.
Yeah.
And
She's
I was
great.
like, yeah, fashion geek. Like that's a kind of geek too. So I guess I'll put this on here. Claim another city. Oh, this is how we all play video.
What is this?
What is
Why
this?
did you do that? We just
Okay.
completed your thing.
1,
so
2,
we
3,
got
4, 5, 6, 7, 14 points from me, please.
12, 13, 14.
14, yes.
We're not letting anyone win. She'll win naturally.
I feel like I'm not gonna claim any fields because that actually requires focus.
Yeah.
We also interviewed some people who didn't make it into the film.
Okay.
We went and in Japan we interviewed a woman who owns a butler cafe.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and so that was another little venture where we also be like on kind of like on the margins of geek culture.
Is it something you'd be releasing at some point? Because that sounds
Yeah, I was
very
thinking about like maybe doing some editing and putting it on YouTube. So yes, subscribe to my channel. I have like no activity on it. So.
I've never seen Geek Girls talk about geeky stuff before in a documentary, so it was really cool to be able to identify with so many things that they were saying and that I've never really registered before. Like I think I can't remember which one it was, but she was like, it's kind of sad that it's a novelty for a guy to date a girl that's into gaming. Like guys are like, whoa, that's so cool that your girlfriend's into that, and she's like, why is it like not more of a normal thing? And I was like, oh yeah, that was like my experience all through school. Anyone I dated, people were like, it's so cool that your girlfriend's into gaming. And I was like, yeah, it is. But I never thought of it as I never thought of it as weird that more girls weren't into gaming.
Yeah.
So
I really wish it was more normal because I'm
Yeah.
like not. I play a lot of video games, but I'm not really good at them.
same.
And it's like really embarrassing to be the woman in the room who's playing games and is not really good at it. Like I play Dota sometimes, and I'm just like I don't want to because I enjoy it, but I'm just like, oh no, I don't want to be the woman who's like not very good at it because I don't spend like an extra 50 hours, like trying to have last hits or whatever.
And another thing that
Whose turn is it?
yeah,
by the way?
whose
I've
turn
lost-
is it?
I remember I did this.
I'm just gonna do a really stupid thing. Goodbye, all my opportunities in life.
That's your last meatball.
Yep. There it goes.
That's
It's just the same thing if you put it there, but you got more chance of completing your monkastry.
You know what would be like
My
really
monkastry?
mean?
Oh, that is really mean.
That would be really mean.
But you can go for it. Why not?
Do,
No, I'm
do
gonna-
a mean thing.
Yeah, do the mean thing.
Come on,
do
be
the mean thing.
mean.
Mean.
Speaking of mean things, something that was really eye-opening for me was kind of looking at the more toxic side of geekdom, and was that eye-opening for you as well, or was that something that you've experienced a lot?
I always get, that once in a while that comment or tweet or whatever. I usually just block it. I feel I don't have the patience to engage in conversation. I've seen many of my really smart friends engage in conversation and be like, let's have a conversation and let me show you what I mean, and I find that it was usually very futile. These people don't want to have conversation. They're bullies. And so I saw a lot of women even leave the games industry because it was just too much. And I saw a lot of women changing their minds about entering the game industry. In the film, obviously, we had to talk about it because it's part of it. But I wanted to make sure that I'm not alienating anyone. I didn't want it to be like, blaming anything for anyone. I just wanted to celebrate geek culture and celebrate what these women are doing. And it's phenomenal that these women keep doing what they're doing because they're literally like making the path for everybody else. Yeah.
So where can people actually see it? Because I understand it's not going to be out on DVD. It's like, is there a way that people watching now are like, oh man, that sounds like perfect for me? Is there any chance that they can get their hands on it?
Yeah, especially in North America, we're planning to be online during the winter, maybe January, which is summer in New Zealand and Australia. So if you want to be updated, I think the best thing to do is go on our Facebook, which is Geek Girls Film, and click follow or and we update it every week or so.
Awesome.
Yeah.
That's super cool. Whose turn was it?
I just placed this.
I don't trust you. Don't tell me anything or else I won't do it.
Sorry.
Oh yeah, it's another straight road.
Your favorite.
Hey, wait, this road got finished at some point.
Oh, yeah,
3
3
points.
I hope nobody's gonna analyze this game. So big Carcassonne fans, please don't look into how poorly we're doing.
We've been very distracted.
Cue dramatic music.
Yeah.
This game just took a turn.
What are your main areas of geekdom that you're into?
I am a big sci-fi nerd.
Oh yeah.
I definitely am biased. Something takes place in space, I will probably watch it or like it or consume it. I think my biggest sci-fi fandoms are Star Trek, Battlestar Galactica, and Doctor Who. And then the other is games. Both board games and video games and tabletop games. I have a wonderful group of friends and we play tabletop RPGs every Monday. And we're really playing for the joy of playing, so sometimes the rules can, be bent just so we have fun, and I love that. Oh, that's beautiful.
Thank you.
Your urban planning skills are way impressive. Ooh, a village.
The question we've all been waiting for.
Yes, what is my real name?
What is your real name?
I can tell you, I'm like the doctor.
No! Where can people follow you to kind of track progress and...
Oh yeah,
just
so
go out?
Instagram, Twitter, usual things. My name, Gina Hara. So yeah, follow, subscribe, press the buttons.
All the positive buttons only. We've got our last pieces.
Yes.
Can't do much with this. It's a
Well, that's gonna be some points.
poor last
Oh my god.
move.
An earthquake.
This is the piece that I wanted there. Put it there.
You're right.
Wow.
Beep, 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 beep. So that's 62 points. I get to 62 points.
Oh, you
Which
get,
is,
you get to
12.
62.
Trust it.
Trusting.
Yeah.
Where's
You
the
can
little...
flip me off, so. That too. But yeah, I don't really have any fields and stuff, so.
We can give you some more points. 4,
Oh.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12!
Oh.
50!
God.
And you get another 3 points.
Oh yeah!
Oh.
Easily.
I didn't even plan my smug
Oh.
face. Did it happen naturally? Oh, thank you so much.
Yeah.
It's been awesome.
Yeah, thanks so much for having me.
Everybody, go watch Geek Girls. I don't know how you're gonna do it.
For now, just like follow us.
Yeah. Cool. Cut.